Guys, has the market topped? I'm seeing a lot of people selling their entire portfolios. A lot of people are coming out and saying the market is topped. They're saying it's topped now. Like, a lot of them were so bullish over the last few months. But, classic human psychology. People get very bearish when you start to go red candles, and they get bullish when you see green candles. So it's crazy how this cycle is playing out. Like, we've called so many of these pivot points. Like, everyone was calling me crazy. I posted this back in February, and I said, guys, if we come down to support here and we push back up to this resistance, it's going to be playing out exactly as it did last cycle. And this was back in February. The price was around 95k. At this point, it was around 95k. It tapped like 108. And we were shorting because we were expecting to come down to support. And then I said, look, if we come down to this support line, we're probably going to get a bounce to the top resistance line. And then we're probably going to reject off this and then come to the downside if we start to repeat what happened last cycle. And how crazy is that, right? This is the point where I said it might come down to. So this point here, I said it might come down here, was actually here, right? And then it came down, it bounced off our exact point. This is where we took long positions, around 77k. I think I took a long on BTC, along Solana down here as well, and then everything just went crazy and rallied, right? Where we got scammed is I did open a short at this yellow line here because I said we should actually come down here, and they scammed us. For the first time, we started to close above this yellow line. You see here, it was resistance, it was resistance, it was resistance all the way back, and then they scammed us, and they sent up a scam wick up to 124k. So this resistance, we shouldn't have really got above this. And I did mention a few times saying, look, the monthly candles are actually still trying to close below. So you see the monthly candles, they never went over this yellow line, and they're trying to close below. It's really hard to look at this because, we literally predicted this to the T. We predicted this move here, right? We took profits on our altcoins. We predicted this move. This is where we long BTC up to like 95k, 100k. It's been an incredible cycle, and you only need to call a couple of moves accurately to turn 1k into 250,000. For example, if I had have shorted here, I was shorting here, but if I had have taken a bigger short, let's say I shorted here with 10k, just a 10k short there would have returned, so 10k would have returned $132,000. Just that one move of 10k would have returned $130,000, and we kind of predicted it, right? We said it's very likely we're going to do something like this. So that would have returned 132. If you were trading with 1k, then that would have returned. So if you was trading with 1k, then that would have returned around $13,000, right? So let's say you put 1k on, you now have $13,000 from that one move. And then we said it's going to bounce here, right? And I posted, it was during the tariff crash, I said, it'd be crazy not to take longs here, buy stocks, take leverage. And we bounced here. And I actually ended up longing around 77k. So if I had have taken, not even 132,000, let's say I banked 32,000. So let's say I put 32k in the bank, can't lose, right? I only started with 10k, so I have loads of profit here. I have my initial 10k. Absolutely free money. I'm going to go and take a big risk because I'm really confident on this. I'm going to put 100k long on here. If I had have longed here 100k and taken profit where I said the price was going to reject, I would have made $2.46 million. So in two moves that I predicted, I would have made 2.4 million. So it's really hard to look back at this because I'm like, why didn't I do it? And to trade with 10% of your portfolio is a massive no-no. To take a trade with 10% is a no-no. Pigs get slaughtered, but it's very hard. I think I'm going to have to take a 100k trade soon because no risk, no story, right? And so many of these moves, I have such high conviction in some of these moves, but no risk, no story. But then I guess I could say, look, if I'd have taken a 100k short here, even though I was right in the end, I might have come up and hit my stop loss, right? So if I'd have opened 100k short at 119, 118, I might have hit my stop loss and lost a lot of money. I might have lost 100k short, so I might have lost $20,000, $30,000 on that position, right? Because they came up and scam wicked it. This was to flush out shorts. Loads of people would have taken shorts here, and then they flushed us. And it's very hard when you break through resistance for this. We actually closed on the weekly time frame just above this resistance, and it is hard to keep shorting when you start to break above these levels because the trend is your friend until the end. And as a trader, when you start to close above these levels, you would expect a continuation to 130k, at least the next psychological number. But then again, they closed below, and we seem to be following the previous pattern. How much would you have made with 1k? So you would have made 13k on the first move, and then you would have made around 260k on the second move. So just in 2 moves, if you had have taken a short here, you would have made 13k, and then you would have made 260k just from 2 simple moves. You only had to predict 2 moves. Like, what market can you turn 1k into 260k in 2 moves that we predicted? And a lot of people didn't predict this exact move, but a lot of people were talking about this resistance up here and this resistance down here. So look, I don't want to keep looking at the past. Whatever's happened. I've already made a lot. I've made a lot of money. It's not like I lost money, but it is playing on my head that maybe I do need to take a bigger move at some point. Where are we going from now? So I kind of drew this out because if we look at what happened last cycle, if we look at the previous cycle, so this is the M pattern that I said might happen. I said we've got this bull run trend line, this white line here, which is the bull run trend line. We have our same bull run trend line here this cycle. We have our resistance that's been resistance, from the start. Resistance here back in 2017, 2021, 2024, and it was also a double top. Okay, so you see here we have this. Let me just draw this out. We have this double top pattern here, and we also have this M pattern, right? So we're seeing so many similarities from last cycle, and it looks for now like a perfect replica of last cycle. Now, what happened, if we are here right now, because technically this is where we are, the price never bounced. So this would mean that we are going to really go down from this point. If we're going to repeat last cycle, it means that we're going to come down. We're going to break below the bull run trend line. We're going to come back and retest the bull run trend line, which is a very common move. And this is probably where I would be interested in putting my 100k short on, because when you break through support and you come back, you normally always come back and retest. It's a very high conviction trade. You normally come back to the scene of the crime, and that's where I would be interested in taking a 100k trade, because it's a very nice trade because you set your stop loss just above that support, right? So you have a very small chance of you can lower your risks, right? So you can lower the amounts that you can lose, but if you place that trade right, you can turn your 100k into over $1 million, maybe $1-2 million. Or if you're trading with $1,000, you can turn it into 10,000, maybe 20,000. And if you're trading with 10k, you can turn it into 200k, etc. So that's the big trade I'm looking for. That's the big trade setting up, because I did try and short this resistance up here, and they scammed it, and I hit my stop loss, right? So I was trying to do this. Luckily, I only done it with 10,000, and I ended up hitting a stop loss, and I think I lost like 30%, which is like 3k or something. So if we are to repeat this what happened last cycle, down, break below support, bull run support line, come back, retest trend line, that's where I'm looking to take my biggest short position. And this would look something like this. We come down here, we come back and retest, and then we go into a bear market. So that's option A. The thing I love about this, guys, is we're likely going to get one of two patterns. It's an A or B trade, right? We're going to come down to this bull run support line. We're going to come down to this white line here, and we are either going to break and repeat this pattern, so that's option A, or we're going to find support here and we're going to break the cycle. We're actually going to form a new pattern, and we come down to this support line here, and then we break to the upside. Okay, so that would obviously be something that didn't happen last cycle. That would be a brand new pattern, and that would be a this times different. Okay, so then we would be going into this times different. I don't really like to bet on this times different, especially when you have so many similarities. What I'll also say is notice how on the SMC bot, it's also given us a top signal. And the SMC bot has been absolutely phenomenal. It's given us a top signal, and this is something that I was concerned about. You see here on the M pattern last cycle, we had this yellow candle, and then we had another yellow monthly candle close. if you look on the when you look over here, when you get the yellow candle, it's basically giving you the heads up that you might be going into a big downtrend here. And you see yellow candle downtrend, yellow candle literally marked the top. This yellow candle confirmation, when this closed, it marked the top of the market, and we never recovered from this, and that was it. And you see here we had a yellow monthly candle downtrend. This was horrific. I think we sold some of our altcoins here back in March, April. We took some profits. A lot of things had rallied a lot, right? Things were up 25x, 50x, and we went into a downtrend for month after month. People lost their minds here. Then we eventually broke out. And then we had this yellow candle, which I think's this yellow candle here. Then we had this M pattern, and then we had the yellow candle. It's still not printed. It confirms in 1 day, 12 hours. I would be very surprised if that doesn't confirm yellow. So let's see when we go into the 1st of September, if this confirms yellow. According to the SMC bot, we're about to see month after month after month after month of downside. So literally down only for 2 months. So this yellow here, is followed by another blue. So 2 months of downside it's predicting, which would take us down to this white bull run trend line. But notice how it came straight through the trend line last cycle. So a lot of people took longs here. A lot of people took longs at this level, but we went straight through it. And we went from 70k down to 33k in a very short amount of time. So, pretty much a 50% correction, over a 50% correction in 1 to 3 months. So if we were to have over a 50% correction, actually, that's kind of unfair. It would actually kind of be around, it wouldn't be far off a 50% correction if we broke below this. Not quite, but you're talking 40% correction, 40% correction if we come down to these levels. So technically, this is suggesting that we're going to break through this trend line, and also a lot of people would take long positions, right? So if people did take longs, let's say they took loads of longs at 42, 43,000, the price ended up coming down to 33,000. Every single person who put a long position on pretty much would have got liquidated, apart from the very, very low leverage traders, people trading on 2x or 3x or whatever. So yeah, it would have been horrific. And the question is, a lot of people are talking about us coming down and bouncing off this support. What happens if we just slice through it again? What happens if we just break straight through? So having conviction, so many people are either bullish or bearish, and having like this massive bearish or bullish conviction is the fastest way to lose all of your money in this cycle. I could have not had a stop loss up here and been in huge profits, but what happened if it continued to rally to 130, 140k? I would have got liquidated, right? So risk management is so important when trading, and it's vital to have a strategy for either outcome. So people say, are you bullish or are you bearish? I just trade in the levels, guys, right? I'm trading the levels. When I said we might bounce off this level, do you think I was prepared to sit and get liquidated if we didn't? Absolutely not, right? I had a stop loss below this white line. When I took a short position up here, I had a stop loss. I actually ended up taking more shorts, and we took more longs here as well, right? We didn't start long in Ethereum down here. We actually longed Ethereum about $1,700 or $1,800. I think we started long on ETH. So, people say, oh, you're going to flip bullish, you're going to flip bearish. Guys, this is the long-term picture, right? 75k here, 117k here. This is the long-term picture. So I'm kind of expecting an uptrend here, and I'm expecting a downtrend here. And here is an A or B situation. This is just what happened last cycle. I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I'm just saying this is what happened last cycle and something we need to be careful of. So yeah, when we're in a long-term position, I am trading. I'm still trading support levels and resistance levels. So I might open a trade on ETH. I started shorting ETH at all-time high, right? When it come up to the all-time high area, I started taking a short. We're still in this uptrend area, but I started taking a short position. So yes, I am going to take day trades here and there, but I'm also looking at the longer time frame, right? Where did I make most of my money this cycle? It was taking a long position around here, and looking to push up here, right? Looking for BTC to push up to these kind of levels. That's where I made most of my money this cycle. And I actually did take a larger position here. I didn't stick to my 1%. I think I put 2 or 3% on, and I'm glad I did. That changed my life. That really did change my life. It was a risk. I added more risk, but we were so confident we were going to push up to 100k. And the data's now showing it, right? This is insane, this resistance line, man. If this plays out this cycle, this resistance line is likely going to play out next cycle too. And we're probably going to be drawn to this level like a magnet. So yeah, A or B situation. This is my A situation. Okay, we go into a bear market. It also lines up with everything we're seeing on socials. Coinbase saying altcoin season's coming. Kanye West just launched a meme coin. Well, supposedly launched a meme coin. He actually came out and said it was nothing to do with him and that it was a fake coin. We're seeing crazy debt in the background. You know, the world is in debt. People are failing to pay their rent. People are struggling with money. Insiders and CEOs are selling stocks at all-time highs. Retail are buying at all-time highs, and usually it is retail who are wrong. And it's also retail are buying at all-time highs, and it's usually around all-time high that they buy, right? So up here, it's not down here that retail were buying at all-time highs. It's up here, and in the stock market I'm talking about. And you know, it wouldn't be alarming if this was the top, right? Those are the sort of things we look for. The smart money are taking profits and the retailer buying. Usually it's the retail that are wrong, unless the retail become smart money all of a sudden. But we've got a lot of data in the background that actually lines up with some of these charts. So what's the B pattern? Well, the B pattern is we bounce off this support line. What I would do is hedge. So I'm short right now. I'm in loads of different shorts, especially altcoins, because altcoins can come down 90%. If this is the top, then we have literally shorted the top of altcoins, right? If this is the top. And it can be life-changing, because if they come down 95 to 99%, I will make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars if we literally just do what we done last cycle. If we're here right now, I will make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars as we go into the bear market. And I kind of want to be I kind of want that play to be on the table. I don't want to be sitting in a bear market like, man, I kind of predicted this and I saw it all coming. I predicted this in February, and then we got there and I kind of took profits and closed my short positions. What an idiot. I don't really want to be in that position, so I do feel like this is a circumstance where I can actually take some risk and take a little bit more risk. I mean, they're already in profits now, right? So I can't lose. If I set my stop losses to entry, I can't lose any money. So my worst case scenario is I don't lose any money. My best case scenario is that I make hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So part of me wants to hold them open, and part of me thinks that maybe we do see a bounce here and then we do break away from the last cycle, because we have a lot of institutions interested in BTC now. And are they really going to fade BTC at 90 and 100k for a bounce, especially after coming down from 124k? You know, or are they going to panic sell and de-risk, and everyone's going to get bearish and we go into a bear market? It's very hard to call. We're going to need the stock market to come down, and technically the stock market has been going insane as well, so the stock market could come down for a pullback. It's anyone's game. It is an A or B play, which I absolutely love, because I could take a hedge long here, right? Let's say we come down to this support line. Sorry, we're over here now, right? So let's say we come down to this support line. A or B. I'm in short positions, so I leave my shorts open in case we go into a bear market. And obviously I could make hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Obviously, maybe I'll even add to my short, right? If we come back and retest the bull run trend line, I'll definitely add to my short positions. Or we bounce here, right? And we push to new highs, and maybe another touch of this resistance line actually ends up being the top of the market. So what I'll probably do is take a hedge long position when we come down to this bull run trend line and leave my shorts open. And if we break this bull run trend line and we start to repeat this pattern from last cycle, bang, I leave my shorts, I hit my stop loss on my long, okay, because I'm not letting that get liquidated. I'm not taking any risk. We've got a lovely support line here that we can analyze. It's been so consistent. Every time we came down to this level, we started to get more bullish and take long positions. It's been so consistent that if it breaks and we start to close below, you know, it's very likely that we'll literally be repeating history, right? And we'll be looking for a retest of that bull run trend line to maybe short, to take some more shorts on maybe BTC, maybe Ethereum, because it really does come down fast here. If you come back and break this bull run support line and you come down here, It really does break fast. And then I don't really need to buy Bitcoin again until we get the buy signal from the SMC bot, right? Until we get the buy signal from the bot, it's a bear market until proven otherwise. And this is phenomenal for timing bottoms. It's really phenomenal for timing the bottom of the market. And the yellows, if the yellows play out, guys, and this is the top of the market, how fantastic is that as well? We've got another data point for taking profits off the table, and then looking for a top of the market. So yeah, really cool day. And let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you're thinking about price, where it's going to go. If you want to have a chat about this, go to my Twitter and comment on my Twitter posts, and I'll reply to your predictions or what you're thinking on Twitter, because I don't know what I can or can't post on this platform anymore, so I just try not to post anything. Yeah, let me know what you're doing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll keep you guys updated with what trades I'm taking. If we do come down to this support line, obviously it's going to be a key area, and we don't really want to mess this up. So yeah, let me know what you're doing. Like and subscribe. Don't forget, all the information in this video is not financial advice. Do your own research. Investing in crypto is highly risky. Investing in stocks is highly risky. You can lose all your money investing in anything. So always do your own research or seek professional advice. Like, subscribe. Oh yeah, if you want to see my buy and sell alerts, so if you want to see what trades I'm taking, I'm currently in, so I took some profits from my Solana long. So I posted on Twitter saying took some more profits from the Solana long. We longed around 100, or I longed around 186. We longed some other stuff as well, and I took profits, and then I said when short. You know, look, everyone started getting bullish. No one was bullish and interested in taking longs when Solana was dumping. But then everyone got bullish after it started pumping. It's absolutely insane. You know, it was around $215, and everyone was saying, pump it, buy, alt season, the usual, right? The whole social media space on Twitter is pretty much moving like retail. It's crazy. I mean, I am retail, but these are retail moves. Long in green candles and short in red candles is retail moves. And it's crazy how many people were getting bullish on Solana around 215. So I am in a short in Solana. I think I got in around 215 or 214. I'm short hype. I'm short BNB. Anything that people are frothing about and it was going into all-time high, like hype was going into all-time high. I saw some people calling for insane prices on Hyperliquid. It's not even had a correction yet. It's just been going up only, and you know, it pushed into all-time high. Perfect time to take a short. So yeah, I'm short hype, short BNB. I'm short some other stuff. YZY. Kanye's meme has no fundamentals. Like, I wouldn't surprise me if that goes down 99%. I can't remember what else I'm short. XRP, I'm sure. Obviously, that was going crazy, and the CEO started selling. Like, you can't get any better information than the CEO selling the investment they're telling you to buy, right? The CEOs know exactly what's going on inside the company, what the future partnerships are saying, any roadblocks, any setbacks, and if they start to sell, it's because they don't see any upside anytime soon. And the CEOs started selling quite a lot of XRP. So and it done a 10x, right? It done a 10x. We've seen it crash every cycle. It pumps, it dumps aggressively every cycle. And, you know, we're coming to the end of this rally. So maybe I'll look for some new shorts. I don't short dumps, right? So I'm not going to be looking to short anything right now. I short pumps. If we do break this pattern and we do push up to the top, who knows, guys? If we do break this pattern and we come up and start to push for another rally into Q4, then brilliant, fantastic opportunity to look for that top of the market short. But for now, the trend is your friend until the end, and history is saying that this is about to play out. That's it for now. Oh yeah, if you want to check my Twitter, go to my Twitter. Here's the link. So go to X, type in this, and that will bring up my account. And then click this link, and then you'll see the link to join the Patreon inside there. And you also get the SMC bot with the buy and sell signals and these yellow monthly candles and stuff. You get the SMC bot in your own trading view, and it works in your free trading view, so you don't need a paid trading view. And you also get to see all my buy and sell alerts, what I'm doing, what trades I'm taking, what longs and shorts I'm taking. Yeah, that's it for now, guys. Until then, I'll catch you in the next one.